These guys
they stripped you naked, or
I don't know what language I can use to make it make sense. When I was born, I didn't have no cloth on me, yeah?
Yeah.
These guys made sure they recreated how I was born. Undershirt, t-shirt, shirt, whatever I had on my body, they removed it and took pictures of me. So
what?
I have a family, Sudil. I have a wife. I have my parents-in-law. My parents died. But I have parents-in-law, Sudil. I have friends, you know. But these guys took pictures of me and showed me the pictures and told me, look, Tabz, the moment you post anything anti-government again, we're going to post these pictures.
Nojja ke saati yo, nebakugamba jjamu empale. Nojjamu empale, jjako masiki, jjamu stokisi, ne box eyo jambulemu. Mugamba ate lwaki? Nagamba jjamu oganye omu n'akookinga. Nebakuza ebbali, eri bonna we bakulaba, ne bagaagaziya amagulu, kutama wansi. Singa ndaba awo batujjamu kitiibwa kyaffe eky'obusajja. Ngamba nedda. Oganye, oli n'akookinga owokubiri. Omulala ajja n'atandika okusokola nga wakwatirira buli wamu.
Carried out all those atrocities on me, beat me with an iron bar, beat me with gun butts, squeezed my testicles and...
Squeezed his testicles? What crime had he committed when they squeezed his testicles? His only crime was challenging Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
He was taken to a room and beating started.
They beat me using batons, started beating my arm.
Bobi Wine was beaten using an iron bar. This one a baton. Look.
Uncles, huh? For no reason I was like, why are you beating me? Why have you arrested me? You've not told me any reason. They did not have any arrest warrant.
Later, he was taken to a room where very loud music was blaring out of a speaker.
Whenever someone would dance slowly, he would come and hit you.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Uganda is once again confronting an extremely horrifying testimony from Museveni's criminal regime critic who endured brutal treatment after being abducted. Activist, journalist, and whistleblower Natumanya Andrew, famously known as Ninye Tabz, was able to break his silence after his release, describing this terrifying ordeal. According to him, he was stripped naked. They didn't stop at that. That's pretty much their modus operandi. They arrest you, abduct you, and they strip you naked. But they photographed his naked body. And then he was forced to sleep on the floor of a freezing room. Now, his testimony is not new to you, but like I usually say, it might not be new to you, but it doesn't take away the weight. You know, it mirrors the account of previously given by NUP President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, then his own bodyguard, Eddy Mutwe, then Kakwenza Rukirabashaija, who also described being stripped naked and subjected to degrading treatment while in detention. This is the Museveni criminal regime. I'm going to go on and play you the video of Ninye Tabz, and then I'll be doing some commentaries here. It's I don't know what to think. It is heartbreaking. It is makes you feel like your blood is boiling. I don't know how to feel, but listen to what he says here when he was taken to this room.
After that, they removed my chest. It was a normal room with, you see, with a bathroom setup. but no bathroom, no toilet, no nothing. It has, the tiles are above human height. When they give you like a small bucket, nomi bucket or detergent bucket, put it in one of the corners.
Where you're supposed to ease yourself?
They don't tell you what to use that bucket for. You have to use your brain to know what it is for. But I used it to ease myself when I had the chance to. And then they looked and told me, welcome to your new apartment. And they left. But then, after some few minutes, maybe 10 or 15, another 2 people, but not these ones. Because when they opened my face, it was just 2 people there. But now the other 2 that came after this had left. They were different people. The door opens and, hey, Tabz, you're here. Okay, now we have a gift for you. Said, okay, thank you. You can wear this T-shirt. It was Museveni's T-shirt for this previous campaign, protecting the gains, is it?
Yeah, protecting the gains.
But they were a little bit calm, so I took them for jokes. I told them, thank you for the gift, but I can stay with my clothes. I don't mind. Said, but now, Tabz, we want to give you this T-shirt. We take a picture and we go and tell Museveni to forgive you. I told them, forgive me for what? I don't have anything that I've done against that guy, so forgive me for what?
See, that's the problem. Again, I think probably I'll have to read you again the #1 chapter in this book of Timothy Snyder, Professor Timothy Snyder. There's an amount of fear that folks close to Museveni, more especially these obsequious foot soldiers, perceive him that, oh, we're going to take your pictures and, and you apologize to him. For what? You have not committed any crime, but because they know you have to appear subservient to Museveni, whether you have committed a crime or not. It's sick.
He told me, okay, but maybe when you need it, we shall not be here to give it back to you. And they left. They closed and left. It was a man
So you never put on that?
I never put that T-shirt on. But I think I should have. Because the other 2 guys that came with their faces covered and dressed me. Sudio. These guys
they stripped you naked, or?
I don't know what language I can use to make it make sense. When I was born, I didn't have no clothes on me, yeah?
Yeah.
These guys made sure they recreated how I was born. Undershirt, T-shirt, shirt, whatever I had on my body, they removed it and took pictures of me. So
what?
I have a family. So I have a wife. I have my parents, my parents died. But I have parents-in-law, Sudio. I have friends, But these guys took pictures of me and showed me the pictures and told me, look, Tabz, the moment you post anything anti-government again, we're going to post these pictures. For a moment, and they left with my clothes. For a moment, I felt broken. But after a while, I said, now, maybe these guys are not going to release me. They are going to post these pictures while I'm in detention because I didn't have any hopes of being released.
But all that for what? All that for what? Look, I have said this over and over again. I do not want to hear any Museveni sympathizer, any Museveni supporter, proponent, defender of this criminal regime ever talk about morality at all. These are defenders of these actions. They defend actions that strip your own dignity away from you. They are okay when someone says, hey, this is what they did to me. There's nothing as shaming as that. But they usually sit on this special moral ground and want to determine, hey, you should speak like this to Museveni. The moment I call Museveni stupid, oh, Monica, you cannot use that language. Oh, that language is so bad, Monica. You shouldn't be. You guys, we know you who support Bobi Wine. That's how you speak. Shut up, you dunderhead. If I called Museveni stupid, do you know what he's doing to my friends? He's subjecting them to dehumanization at its core. But, oh, Museveni is stupid. Disturbs. Never talk to me. I don't want to listen to any Museveni supporter telling me about, oh, morality. Oh, you should have manners. Go tell it to Museveni, that criminal thug who led the war that cost us over 500,000 people. And see what we gained from the lives we lost in Ruwero. This is what we ended up with. This is what Idi Amin Dada was doing. So of what importance was that war? If we ended up being Idi Amin Dada and Obote combined, and even worse, never tell me about morality. Yes, I defend morality. I want people to have morals, but not lectures from a Museveni defender. Shame upon you, hypocrite.
So,
see, people are crying.
They left with my clothes, and it was dark. There's a bulb. There's light in that room, but there's no switch. So the light goes on at their convenience, especially when they are coming to interrogate you. So, or they're coming to do anything or whatever. So they took like maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Now I did not know whether it was already morning or if it was night or if it was what time. I didn't have no gadget on me. They told no before the other ones who took my clothes left. They told me, "Is it you? They gave Mzee t-shirt and you refused. Okay, give us your clothes." I just kept looking at them. Then one of them came and put off my clothes and took them. I didn't hesitate. Took pictures and then they showed me. They said, "Don't you me?" I just laughed about it and they left. And they told me, "We were told you have microchips or whatever, or chips in your body. Put them to use." They were speaking in Uganda this time around. And they left. So I stayed there. Now, Sudio, this place is tiled. I've told you. It's
cold.
Bro, it is super cold. And then you have to sit in one place. You're alone inside there. There is also a CCTV installation in there, by the way. So you have to sit in one place so it can become warm.
And remain there.
And remain there. But then, by the time the place gets warm, your body has lost it. It's tired. So you have to stand up. Then try to move around. Mind you, you're naked. And then, at a certain point, there's a sales guard who doesn't leave. You can hear him outside.
Outside the door.
These are all actions aimed deliberately to humiliate, that designed to break people's spirit, to punish opponents whose only crime is challenging Museveni and his emissaries or accomplices in this criminality spree they've been on for the last 40 years. It is to break people's spirit, to make them question their dignity, to strip them of their own dignity, and send a chilling message to the opponents like me. Hey, did you see what we have done to this man? We can do this to you. Do it to me. See, this is where I sort of feel like this will never happen to me unless I'm deported back to Uganda. They would kill me, I think, in the blink of an eye. Probably they would chop my body and probably make me eat some of pieces of my... They would do anything to me, but you can do that. You will never break people's spirits. Look, you have done this to Dr. Kizabesije, the likes of Eddy Mutwe, Bobi Wine, to mention but a few. None of them has broken. So you can imprison me, you can chain me, you can even kill me, but I will never bow down to injustices, to lawlessness, to impunity, to abuse of human rights. I will never, till my death. Jeez. Okay, like I said, they're not doing this for the first time. I want to take you back to, this is what they did to Eddy Mutwe. And remember when Eddy Mutwe was narrating his ordeal? Listen.
Tudda mu ndambudukulu. Kati ekiro ekyo ne wajja abasajja abalala abasirikale baali 5, ababiri nga bali muleeya ng'omu ayambadde giraavu nga bakuzza wali bakuka
He's lost words.
ne bakugamba n'ojjako essaati. N'ojjako essaati yo ne bakugamba jjamu empale. N'ojjamu empale, jjako masiki, jjamu sitokisi, ne bokisi eyo gyambulemu. Mugamba ate lwaki? N'agamba jjamu ogaanye omu n'akookinga. Ne bakuza ebbali, eri bonna we bakulaba ne bagaagaziya amagulu, kutama wansi. Singa ndaba awo batujjamu kitiibwa kyaffe eky'obusajja. Ne ngamba nedda. Ogaanye, oli n'akookinga owokubiri. Omulala ajja n'atandika okusokola nga wakwatirira buli wamu.
All because you have challenged Museveni. What a curse that sick man is. What a curse to Uganda Museveni is. Oh my God. Save the soul of this man. Change him. Why would you subject people to this inhuman treatment? Look at men crying. Imagine they did this to all his folks that he was abducted with. That's not all. Like I told you. Listen, they did the same thing to Bobi Wine.
But the beating, you said it was with an iron bar. It sounds like it was almost a sexual assault in parts from what you've said before. Who carried that out and why?
The section of the military called the Special Forces Command, the section of the military is charged with guarding the president and is actually led by the president's son, carried out all those atrocities on me, beat me with an iron bar, beat me with gun butts, squeezed my testicles and...
Squeezed his testicles? What crime had he committed when they squeezed his testicles? His only crime was challenging Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And what breaks my heart is a section of Ugandans who have been manipulated, who have been indoctrinated with this idea that Museveni is some special, wise old man, that we need him. No, we do not. He's a sick, stupid man. Like I've always described him, is a self-serving, narcissistic sociopath. I've said this. I'm not saying these words as pejorative or a pejorative. No. He's a sick man. Narcissism is diagnosable. He's a sick man. He's a sociopath. Self-serving. I'm not trying to malign him. So there's nothing to admire about a man who doesn't believe in anything, any principle, any value, nothing, apart from serving himself, elevating himself. He said, I am a modern day king. That's what he believes of himself. He believes he's a modern day king. He's a sick man. Subjects people to inhuman treatment because they've challenged him. And then he tries to pretend like, oh, I'm a statesman. Oh, look at me, I'm a Democrat. Shut up. And I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about what I'm talking about. That's not all. Lastly, on other people that have been treated in that way, listen to the ordeal of Kakwenza Rukirabashaija.
He was taken to a room and beating started.
They beat me using batons, started beating my arm.
Bobi Wine was beaten using an iron bar. This one, a baton. Look.
Uncles. Huh? For no reason, I was like, why are you beating me? Why have you arrested me? You've not told me any reason. They did not have any arrest warrant.
Later, he was taken to a room where very loud music was blaring out of a speaker.
Whenever someone would dance slowly, he would come and hit you with a baton.
So they put you in this torture dungeon, they play music, and they make you dance. And if you dance slow, they beat you. Dance for us. Oh my God.
and ask you to dance vigorously. Then I told the Afande that, sir, I'm tired, I need to rest. He said, you're tired? I was like, yes, okay. Push-up position. I did push-up position. Do push-ups. So I did push-ups until I could not do it anymore.
This is a brilliant mind. He's an author, a lawyer, an activist, a patriot. But because of the love for his country, they subject him to that. Ladies and gentlemen, why is Museveni subjecting people to this? Where they make you dance to music when they've tortured you? I'm going to explain. Finally. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, oh my, I got a lot of wires here hanging. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is why Museveni is doing all he's doing. He's subjecting Eddy Mutwe, Bobi Wine, Kakwenza, and now Ninye Tabz to these inhuman treatment. Number one is to humiliate. Museveni wants to humiliate and degrade these opponents because to him, he knows that culture, when you subject people and show their nakedness, it is opposed to how they were raised, their culture. Then he knows that when he does that through degrading you, then you lose personal dignity. Many people hide their nakedness because that's how they protect their dignity. It is deeply rooted there. Some of them, like I said, religion or culture, name it. And then other people's carry themselves with modesty by covering themselves. When he strips you naked and subjects you to that inhuman treatment, he's trying to take away that from you. Like I said, he doesn't have values, so he doesn't want you to have values as well. Number two, he wants to break resistance. When he treats you that, subjects you to that inhuman treatment, all he's wanting you is to feel powerless. See, I can actually strip you naked and subject you to this. Feel powerless. And two, forced confession. If he's put you in a position where no man can put you, then he's able to tell you, hey, you're going to have to admit that you committed this crime. That's why these folks were telling Ninye Tabz, oh, we want you to go and say to Muhoozi, oh, we are sorry. Sorry for what? Forced confessions. Because they might be like, okay, I think I need to stop this noise that is coming in from my WhatsApp. Okay, I think it stopped, paused. And then public submission. The moment they have you broken, the moment they break your resistance, then they can actually have you publicly apologizing to the criminal regime, to the public. And then instill fear. Now that they've undressed you, taken your photos, they tell you, the moment you criticize us again, you know what? We're going to release these pictures. They're instilling fear in you. And then they're even sending messages to other people who are doing the same thing as you're doing, or those who are inspired by your work. The message is, see, this could happen to you. Don't do what Ninye Tabz is doing. That's what they're trying to do. And then, again, punish and dehumanize, because these Museveni regimes like that of Museveni, they view political opponents as enemies undeserving of any form of human rights whatsoever. So, the moment they look at you as that, in their mind, they want to break you, they want to punish you, they want to degrade you, because you don't deserve any human rights. I think shortly after the killing of people at Muhammad Mwaga Chivumbi's home, Museveni came out and says, you know, we have two types of opposition. Number one group is traitors, another group is unserious people. That man is sick, oh my God. He thinks that there are only two groups of people who are opposed to him. Some who are traitors and others who are unserious. He's the only patriot and only serious man. What a narcissistic, sick joke Museveni is. Jeez. Lastly, They want to destroy reputation because they know how your children respect you, how your mother, your parents, your siblings respect you, of how modest you've carried yourself, how respectful you've carried yourself. Now they've taken your pictures. They say, we're going to spread or release these pictures the moment you criticize us again. And when you continue criticizing them, they release them. Now, if your sort of respect was rooted in, how you protect your dignity and stuff like that, the moment you see them, probably you lose self-esteem and confidence and stuff like that, and probably others would end up oh my God, I'm sorry for all that noise, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now it's gone. Others would probably be like, okay, I think I need to give up. I cannot do this. Others would decide to disappear or commit suicide. Name it. This is not happening for the first time. It's a tool Museveni learned from the likes of people that I believe are his role models. Who are these people? Watch here, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. During the Holocaust, especially in the concentration camps, prisoners were stripped naked. They were shaved, all to humiliate them at the orders of Adolf Hitler. Then you have in Soviet Union during the reign of Joseph Stalin, he had these forced labor camps that they were known as the gulags, where people were dehumanized, were abused, were stripped naked. Museveni is copying all these, the worst of the worst. And then you had Augusto Pinochet in Chile. He used sexual torture and humiliation. He would send his jackbooted thugs to abuse people sexually. Museveni is learning from those people. And these things have happened to supporters of Bobi Wine, supporters of Besigye, and they're happening as we speak right now. Many of our friends have been abducted, tortured, raped, others sexually abused in many ways you cannot imagine. Museveni is copying from Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Augusto Pinochet, and then Idi Amin Dada. Like I say, Museveni is worse than Idi Amin Dada and Obote combined. Idi Amin Dada used to do the same. Now, let not the current situation make you sort of engage in revisionist history, where you say like, oh, Amin was a good man. What they say about him is not true. No, he was a dictator thug, a stupid man. Yes, I know with what Museveni has subjected us to makes us sort of have that weird nostalgia. Oh, how I wish I had Idi Amin Dada. No, we can wish for better. We can go through this turmoil, but at least look in the future, not in the back. So Amin did the same thing. But hey, do they win? Absolutely not. Let me tell you how they all ended. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know that Idi Amin Dada fled Uganda, Joseph Stalin lost, Adolf Hitler committed suicide, Pinochet lost. They all ended up losing, failing. Their regimes were not able to defeat the resolve of the people that had determined to fight them. And so is Ninye Tabz. Ninye Tabz, okay, I'm sorry. I just opened my Twitter and I see this pretender thug, daughter of a thug, this, what's her name? Natasha. Oh, I know the storm master. His name is Jesus. He lives and he cares about his children. Shut up, you. Does he think about the children of Yassini Sechitoliko or John Bosco Chibalama? I don't want to listen to this nonsense. But I wanted to show you one thing. Has Ninye Tabz been broken? Absolutely not. Let me show you what he's tweeting. This is what he says. Daddy, I still wake up before 6 a.m. like you oriented me. However, today, I woke up a bit earlier to go and make you more proud. Watch me over and tell Mommy that her little boy is now grown and also shows face on national television. You remember his dad died. And then this is what he said a few weeks ago. a few days ago after his release from the torture chamber. Says, before the photos make it to the internet during detention, I was stripped naked, photographed, and warned that if I ever release classified information from a certain office, again, the photos will be published. So brace yourselves because I'm not about to stop. Looks like he's not afraid of all these threats that were directed at him. And even if he had said, oh man, I won't criticize you again, there's a million Ninye Tabz. Millions of Ninye Tabz, millions of Bobi Wines, millions of Eddy Mutwe. You can kill all of them, but you will not have solved the problems. A new crop of leaders, opponents of the Museveni criminal regime, or regimes of any person who come and be opposed to the principles of rule of law, of respect to human rights, of constitutionalism, you will have opponents. Just do the right thing. Love your people. Build your country. That's it. My name is Mordecai Morisa. Let me know what you think. This is a long video. I'm sorry. Bye-bye for now.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Morisa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.